Hello, I am Jacob Riggs, and I'm here to do my video presentation of Acerant City, the world building. Where does magic come from in this world? It comes from a person's own willpower. They themselves unlock their magic and use their own energy to cast it. There's no gods present, so the ability to unlock magic was not gifted to the people, it has always been with them. And the energy people use their magic is not what I would call mana. It's actually drains their energy instead of some magical force. Uh, uh, this is compromised the user's health, stability, or sanity. Uh, as I mentioned in the last slide, using their magic drains their energy. So if somebody uses too much, it could harm their health by making them overly exhausted or put them at risk of like killing themselves out of exhaustion. And this adds a weakness to using too much magic in the system. Is this an Earth-like world such as Middle Earth? Yes, it is very Earth-like, and it's just like modern-day Earth. Technology is about the same, and there's no like crazy changes like flying cars or anything. Uh, how do magic users use their powers? Magic users use their body and motions as vessels for their magic. So this adds on to why the magic drains, or the magic drains energy from a user because they use themselves as a conduit. Does becoming a magician require a rite of passage or anything like that? As mentioned, a magician unlocks their magic on their own will, so most people unlock it in a moment of stress. Uh, it is possible for people to train or study, but um, it can take some more time than just unlocking it naturally. Can magic or spells be abused? How does this happen often? There will always be people that break the rules or laws or that want to do bad things in the world, and magic at their disposal would uh, make it easier for them to do so. Um, how much ground will the story cover? The story would cover the city that the characters are in, and possibly nearby areas. Um, no crazy journeys or anything like that that I would imagine. One of the most striking features of the landscape, climate, animals. The landscape of the city is a normal city with mountains surrounding it. Um, the climate would be rather warm, but it's not too hot. And the animals would be normal, and there aren't many like magical creatures or larger creatures than there would be that we already have because I like to see the world that I've created as fantasy based in reality. How far back are the records or tales of historical events? So the historical records are just like our history books and recollections today. The only difference is the retellings have magical powers in them instead of just guns and swords. How do most people make a living here? Nothing has changed in this aspect, really, as it relates to our world. People still have normal jobs in many different fields. New opportunities exist for people with certain powers, though. For example, people with water powers could help out at public pools to clean or to be a lifeguard. What personal weapons are available to anyone who can afford them? The same types of weapons are on sale as there would be in our world. And the same types of rules apply too. The only addition I could think of, since that it's more fantasy, is that weapons like swords and maybe like staves too would be more popular since they work well in the fantasy setting. Now, what is the population? The population of the city is about 150,000. I looked around, this was an average size of a city, and it relates to the world population as it does in today's world. Are magic users banned from working certain jobs? Magic users aren't banned in any way, as they make up most of the population. Technically, everyone is a magic user, just not everyone has unlocked it. Um, can magic be used in warfare and how? Since magic can be used to hurt others, it is used in warfare. All types of magic have a way to be used in combat in one way or another, though it is not the main source of combat, as there are weapons of war, and there are currently people out there trying to figure out how magic itself can be used to make these weapons stronger. How can magic be defended against? The main way to defend against magic is, as of right now, is with more magic. People are also trying to develop ways to defend against this magic, as others are trying to make it stronger. And then I listed like what beats what in my world. Water beats fire, fire beats wind, wind beats water, and then light and dark are good against each other. Now, what is the status of the arts in our world? The arts are just as prominent in this world as they are in ours. In fact, the character I used in my first story has interest in being a performer, and with these powers, the performances can also incorporate them into their performances to make them flashier. Is the economy based on money or bartering? As I keep saying, this world is based in reality, which means the economy is based on money. Uh, how common is travel? Travel is not discouraged in the slightest, since life isn't much different overall, and there isn't out of the ordinary animals living in the wilderness. The only dissuading fact that I could see is how much easier it would be for people to attack or hurt those in vehicles with their powers, but it doesn't happen often, I would say. And then those are the links to the images I had. Uh, Thank you.